That's singer John Legend weighing in on his hometown of Springfield, Ohio, where an influx of Haitian immigrants has become a political flashpoint. For more on this, let's bring in the Attorney General for the state of Ohio, Dave Yost. Dave, thank you for taking time. And as John Legend pointed out there, it is nearly a third of the population has now come to this tiny town. In fact, we can show you the numbers. It's 15 to 20,000 Haitians in the past 4 years have come to this town of 58,000. That's quite a significant number. Let me start, Dave, with asking you, what has been the impact of this influx on Springfield?
Well, you know, the people in Springfield are good-hearted people. They're not mean. They try to help folks that need a helping hand. There's not a town in the country that can absorb a quarter to a third of its own population that doesn't speak the English and is coming here for the first time. The systems there are breaking. For example, there was 150 or so students that were Haitians last year. This year, it's over 500. There's 4,000, more than 4,000 Haitians that are receiving public assistance, which is partly paid for by the state government. Everybody's got a stake in this, and this isn't about who, it's about how many.
Yeah, Dave, in fact, I've covered extensively on this network the CHNV program, the controversial legal pathway program to bring Cubans, Haitians, Nicaraguan, and Venezuelans here. It was recently paused because of evidence of fraud, recently restarted. But under that, on the CBP website, more than 205,000 specific Haitians have come into this country since January of last year. And I understand you are looking at a possible lawsuit, looking at legal pathways to see just how far the federal government's power goes. Tell me about that.
Yeah, I mean, let's think about an absurd extension. If the federal government has no limits on its power, could they, for example, resettle all 10 or 12 million people that have come in the last 4 years into America in Ohio? That would double our population. There's no way the state and its towns could absorb that. We already have problems with housing crisis and healthcare access in places. So the question is, what is the limiting principle on federal supremacy here, and what can they do to a member state without the state's consent? These are important questions, and we're looking for a way to get this in front of the federal judge. Taking a look right now at the authorizing statute and the rules that run this program, that govern this program, and to see whether that's within proper legal bounds.
Do you anticipate you'll bring legal action?
We're looking. I can't give you an estimate just yet. You know, the creative and nearly impossible take a little bit of time.
Mr. Attorney General, is Springfield or the state of Ohio receiving any federal money to support this resettlement of this population?
Well, sure, there's some federal money. Obviously, the federal government pays for part of Medicaid. There's federal money for SNAP and such. So it's not that there's no money, but there certainly is not any close to the resources that you need to provide housing for 20,000 people. What town of 60,000 could find housing for 20,000 people almost overnight? You just can't do it. And across the country, we're already having this debate about affordable housing. This is exacerbating it.
And Dave, the residents there in Springfield are starting to speak out about the toll it's taking on them. This is one that spoke out to my colleague Jesse Waters the other night.
Our food pantries, they get stripped. Our clinics, which is Rocking Horse, is a federally funded clinic in town. Their budget was decimated. What we are is a city that only wants our safety, security, and sovereignty back.
Have you spoken to the mayor or any of the local leaders there? And are they on the same page with understanding just how taxed the residents are feeling?
They very much are. Look, I was out there as early as June and was hearing about this from the mayor. And I've talked with police officials and the county sheriff-elect. I've heard from a lot of folks. But they're also concerned that this whole national debate, and particularly the attempt by the left-wing media to try to shut down this debate, is putting their town in a bad light, and I don't blame them. This is a great heartland town in America, a strong history. They're good people. They're good-hearted people. But it illustrates what is wrong with the current administration policy on immigration. They don't manage it. They don't communicate. They don't support it. And they just let people come out and we see the results of it here in Springfield. Here's the thing. This could happen to any city in America. This could happen to your town.
And lastly, Mr. Attorney General, before we run out of time, 2 schools received bomb threats and were closed on Friday.
Yeah, let me be really clear. That's a serious second-degree felony in Ohio to do a bomb threat for a school. We also have reports this morning that there were bomb threats at medical facilities here on Saturday. Knock it off. Bomb threats are not part of political discourse. They're not free speech. It's a crime, and the police are going to take it seriously, and I know the local authorities will take those cases to court.
Mr. Attorney General, thank you for your time. We appreciate it. Please keep us posted and updated on whether or not any legal action will be forthcoming.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.